I'm at the How the Light Gets In festival in Hay-on-Wye. I'm at the right festival this year. I have been to the wrong festival in the past. And I have broken a record. It's my third time here. I love it. Everything you ever wanted to know about philosophy, cosmology, physics, and yes, consciousness. And I've broken a record today in that I have been to 8 talks. There were supposed to be 9, but one of them was cancelled at the last minute, and it happened to be one of those, if not the one I most wanted to go to, which was on, and this is true, my friends, it was on entropy, or the second law of thermodynamics. Oh yes, that's how I roll. But all of the other 8 talks were absolutely fantastic. And don't ask me which one-on-ones I enjoyed the most, but just to give you a flavour, the talk on dimensions, yes, what you are familiar with, the 3 dimensions plus time, and are there any more? And the revelation from that, the dimensions that we are familiar with in our time and space, come out of, get this, a dimensionless space. Oh yes, and we discussed a little bit what that might be. I favoured David Bohm's implicate order, which I like to write about in my book. What was missing was my phone, or rather the data on my phone. And so I was incommunicado. I couldn't look anything up, I couldn't check emails. I found it remarkably difficult, almost excruciating, to be without access to my phone, despite the fact that I had 8 talks on various subjects, including dimensions, to go to. I had many really interesting, pleasant Troy Hawk conversations with people in queues and at the bar and in the co-op when I went to get a data top-up, and I was desperate to get back on my phone. Now, I haven't really digested that, but I think it's really quite significant that right in the middle of a jacuzzi of ideas of physics and philosophy and cosmology and really lovely, interesting people, I still needed to suck on the dummy of my phone. What is that about, really? Are you like that? I've been cancelled. Not me personally, but the event I have made a super effort this Monday morning to come to at 10 o'clock, despite several interrupts. The event has been cancelled. It was on resolving the mind-body problem, which, as you can appreciate, is pretty central. But what's not so interesting is my completely over-the-top reaction. Do they not know who I am? Do they not know who I think I am? Oh dear. Actually, I must put this in proper context. It's been wonderful. I've attended and enjoyed all of the talks that I've been to, all of them. On previous occasions, there have been some that I could have done without, but all of the talks, I won't go through them now. Just a reflection on how wonderful it is that so many people are here and queuing round the block, round the site, to go to talks on cosmology, philosophy, politics, science of all descriptions, and of course I'm particularly interested in talks on consciousness, which I am very smugly I can tell you that it confirms the direction yes, of all the elements in my book, Mistaken Identity on Consciousness. So we appear to be going in the right direction, unless I am missing something. And what's missing is the fifth dimension. If anybody could point me in the direction, please, of the fifth dimension, I'd be grateful. Then I can finish my book. And it is very encouraging that so many people, of course like-minded, by definition like-minded people, come to a festival like this, and it's very comforting, encouraging. Of course, we all like to be in our own tribe, don't we? And one of the themes of the talks, especially around populism, is the polarization of our society into tribes where we feel comfortable. And there was one talk yesterday where I was so outraged I almost stood up in the arena and shouted at the Conservative MP speaker, "Don't you dare include me in that." He just said that we were talking about populism, and he had the audacity to say that most of us in the audience would probably be conservative with a small c. Well, I wanted to hit him, or worse, after what I consider to be the disaster of the past Tory government. But you see, tribalism rears its head again, and the whole point, if you like, is that tribalism, and they pointed out that tribalism is a problem for society. It need not be, but of course, if we have entrenched positions, like I do apparently, it can cause ructions. And talking across the divide, across the barricades, is absolutely essential to a functioning, healthy society. But I find it very difficult to do. And then in the early evening, I went to the Globe here, performance area in Hay, and there was a talk on the Palestinian charitable response to the Israeli settlers in the West Bank, with photographs and videos, and not surprisingly it was harrowing. It's difficult to believe that any tribe could treat others in such a violent and disparaging way, and it quite upset me. And so how do we live with our neighbours more or less peaceably when we have such different entrenched views? I found it quite awkward, to say the least, at the talk on the Palestine situation. The situation is that as a charity, it was a fundraiser. So I paid my money and went to the half-hour talk with pictures and videos of Palestinians in the West Bank, where they are legally entitled to be, being beaten up by Israeli settlers, and it was very upsetting to see a 17-year-old young man being beaten with sticks, as you would with anybody. Now, I have a very good friend who is pro-Israel's stance and has a more biblical understanding of the situation than I do. And to be honest, I feel very nervous about the thin ice, treading on thin ice between us. And I find it difficult. I wouldn't want to talk about it with him to try and convince him otherwise. That's a surprising thing to say, but in a way, it seems to me that trying to throttle somebody else's mind into agreeing with you is sort of mental tribalism, and I wouldn't want to. It's none of my business what he thinks about the situation in Gaza and the West Bank. I have my own views, but that seems to be a cop-out to me. If indeed we are at some level all one, let's say under the same one God, that cannot be right in my book. I had in my meditation this morning, it came to mind again, and I wondered what Jesus would make of the video that I'd seen of this young man being beaten up close to death, just for being in the wrong place. And I couldn't help being absolutely clear that Jesus, whilst he wouldn't take sides as such, he certainly would not endorse I presume they were Jewish settlers who were beating up the Palestinian boy. And it begged the question for me whether Jesus would take sides, and I don't think he would.
Oh no, don't want you to see me this way. Put out the lights. Oh, I've been many ways. Put out the lights. Rest your sweet eyes. She said, my sweet love, I could live with those scars.